Hi, today we are going to learn about periodic table. So what is periodic table? So I'm very sure you have came across of something like this. Okay, so we call this as the modern periodic table. So as you can see, this periodic table is full of squares containing alphabets. So do you know what these alphabets stand for? They are the chemical symbols of metals and nonmetals arranged according to their properties. So now let's look into a few examples of the metals and nonmetals in the periodic table. H. This H stands for hydrogen. And let's look at the O here. The O here is oxygen. And we have another metal, sodium. The symbol used here is Na, which stands for natrium. Sodium is also called as natrium in Latin. And we have Cu, which stands for copper. And this is another example of a metal which uses a different symbol than their name, which is iron. The symbol of iron is Fe, which stands for ferrum in Latin. Okay, now let's look into the other details that you can see in the periodic table. For example, we can see a lot of numbers and words in each of the squares. Let's look into the details of what these numbers and words are. Okay, each of the square will have the symbol of the element, the name, the complete name of the element, atomic mass, and atomic number, and valence electron and proton. So what is atomic number? Atomic number is also known as the proton and electron number. Atomic mass is the total mass of the element which comes from the total number of neutron and proton in an atom. So now let's look into hydrogen. H is the symbol of hydrogen. And here's the complete name of hydrogen. This will be the atomic mass, the total mass of one hydrogen atom, which is also the total of neutron and proton numbers. And this is the information about their atomic number, which is the proton and electron number. For hydrogen, it has only one proton and one electron, which is also shown here as negative sign stands for electron and the positive sign stands for proton. Okay, let's look into another example of the element from the periodic table. So Na, as I told you earlier, Na stands for natrium, which is the Latin name for sodium. And thus, we can take the whole number as 23. 23 is the atomic mass of sodium. And it is also the total number of neutron and proton of sodium. 11 here shows the atomic number of sodium, which means it has a total of 11 protons and 11 electrons in the atom. And positive here shows the charge of them. Okay, do you know that we can also guess the electron arrangement of an element by looking at the periodic table? So before that, I want you to know that these elements in a periodic table are arranged according to their increasing atomic number, which also means the proton number. See 1, 2, continued by 3, 4, 5, 6, and more. And the column here is called as group. All the elements in the same group has same valence electron, and all the elements in the same row, which is also known as the period, has the same number of electron shells. So now let's look into group 1 elements. As you can see, these are the elements in group 1. Looking at lithium, lithium has a proton number of 3 and their electrons are arranged as 2 and 1. Looking at those, we know lithium has 2 electron shells. Therefore, they belong to period 2. And looking at all the elements in this group, we can say that all of them has the same number of valence electron, which is 1. This is why they belong to group 1. So now let's look into the periodic table to know the position of lithium. As you know, lithium must belong to period 2 and group 1. So looking at this, we can see that lithium is in 1, 2, period 2 and in group 1. I hope you have learned something about periodic table. So now let's look into the symbol displayed here and answer the following questions. So here the symbols are displayed in a different manner. And what we need to do is use the numbers listed below to complete the sentences that follow. So we know 19 and 9. The atomic numbers are always smaller than the atomic mass. So we know this is the atomic mass and this is the atomic number. And as we can see, there are many different ways of writing the symbols with the atomic number and mass. And it's important for us to understand uh, no matter what are the ways that they are using. So always remember that the larger value will be atomic mass and the smaller value will be the atomic number, as the atomic number is proton number. And you need to know, adding proton number and neutron number together, you will get atomic mass. So now let's try to answer the question. A fluorine atom has an atomic number of, yes, it's 9. And we know atomic number also means that it is the value of electron number. Therefore, electron numbers are also 9. Neutron. So we know adding atomic number and neutron number together, we will get the atomic mass. So we will get 10. How did we get this 10? Just minus the atomic number from the atomic mass and you will get 10, which is the number of neutrons. And looking at next, the atomic mass of the fluorine element is 19. And I hope you enjoyed learning about periodic table today. That's all. Thank you.